Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome. It's Friday. We're here, and it's time to make things happen. Let's. We can head right over to zone 2 here. We got. Hey, here we are. We've got everything we need here. This was the last piece I've spent the last 10 minutes looking for. It is the SD card reader that I simply could not find. It's even though this thing takes a micro SD card, the micro SD slot on this reader doesn't work reliably, and so I take one of the. How many of these do you have? How many of these SD micro SD to SD adapters do you have? I have in front of me, and for some reason I keep them right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7 of them sitting right here. A couple of them actually have micro SD cards in them. Anyway, we've got this so we can read the dumps after we dump. We've got Q-tips. We've got isopropyl alcohol. We've got a Diet Coke. We've got Ragin Gummy Fish G Fuel with this guy on it. He seems very I don't know, angry. I don't know. He's like, my stock options, because he's what is he? He is Phase Jev. So I assume he's like underwater on some options somewhere by now. It's like, I should have put it all into crypto when I had the chance. And so we're just about ready to dump. I got some extra straws here. You never know. Got a lot of napkins. I got some tools like this set of nail clippers in case I need to pull this SD card out of here. Everything we're gonna need to dump Super Famicom cartridges like this one, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I think I may have already dumped this one. I'm not sure. I dumped like 2 of these. We can turn the keyboard lights off if you like, but why would you want that? We've got lip balm. I'm looking at what else is in this shot because it's such a strange shot. Yeah, but we got multiple tubes of lip balm that I never actually use. We've got some Zycam in case anyone wants to have some orange melts. Yes, a SIM card remover. You never know when you're going to need to pop some SIMs. I'm always popping SIMs. You know me. You know how I do. What is this QR code for? This is it's for a dentist appointment. I don't know. So yeah, so we've got this freestanding device. It's a Sani cart reader. It's an open source design. You can build your own. In fact, this is, I think, the version 3 design. They're up to V5 now, and it has a bigger screen and more slots and all kinds of cool stuff. We've got a fat stack of cartridges. I need to look in my. I have a folder here on my desktop. Hey, maybe I should add another camera here. Where's that? That's here. That's here. It's real nice. Hi. And now I can put myself in the corner of myself. And then, is that it? Is that all I need to do? Is there, I was going to say maybe I could, do something else stupid over here in the corner. Wherein we add the capture card. and put that over here. We actually could run some of these dumps on the Mister, honestly. A shot at the garage. I don't have the garage machine is not currently powered up, unfortunately. But that is actually an excellent idea. Okay, so let's see. Let me get a bigger screen. Okay, that there we go. And I guess maybe I can. Well, you'll hear the capture card, so I don't actually want to unmute that. But let's see. What do I... Oh, this won't actually work the way I want it to because the files aren't in the appropriate directory. But we can move that around when the time comes. In the meantime, how about we just... we'll fire this up and we'll mute it. How about that? We'll get this going just for some action in the corner. Little corner action. I know you love it. And we'll mute that. Okay, so... What was I doing? I was looking in my dumps folder for the dumps, and then I was going to. Well, let's. Hey, we could really gussy this up if you. I mean, we could do bop bop bop, and then we can bring that down in size so that it fits. Fit to screen, and then we've screwed up everything. Okay, there. Okay. One last thing here. No, forget it. We're good. I'm gonna. Well, I could make that text more readable. Let's do this. Let's do that. That seems like slightly more readable for right now. Who cares? Okay. Well. Okay, let's take a look at my directory here. I have a folder in my... Oh, no. Where is that? It's in my... directory of SNES games. It is called Fresh Dumps. And it looks like so far I have dumped, and I put them back in the box because that's just how this project's been going. So far I have dumped Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I'm sorry, that's just Street Fighter 2 Turbo, not Super. Super Mario Kart. Ranma 1/2 Bakuretsu Ranto Hen. And a Sailor Moon game that I can't find. But it's around here somewhere. So those are the ones I've already cleaned and dumped. I'm gonna launch the tools I'm using to verify these and get that all done up and proper here so that I'm ready to... Well, that'll be later in the process, honestly, because we are dealing with an external device here. We'll turn it on. Actually, I guess I want to turn it off while I insert the cartridges, right? Because I got to clean them and stuff too. This game is listed. It just says SHVC-TQ. That's a secret. If you find yourself encountering Japanese cartridges of a Nintendo variety and you cannot read them, and you're like, what even is this? You can always just look up the cartridge code. This SHVC-TQ, and people have already done that work for you. This game is Koroneko no Daiboken from Chunsoft. Oh, so it's one of the mystery Torneco dungeon games. Have I considered reading what it says on the front? You mean the part where it says "Made in Japan, Chunsoft"? That part I can read just fine. Is this shot a little blown out? I wonder if I can darken this, because this is. I feel like this is. You tell me if this is readable or not, like at range, or if it's just too bright. Looks all right. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I guess the idea here is I'm going to be cleaning them. I don't think I have enough Q-tips to do them all. Will a phone translator app read it? Maybe. But looking up the cartridge code is much easier. And also, you know, some of these fonts are highly stylized, right? So, you know, the translator apps sometimes have trouble with, you know, specific weird fonts and logos and that sort of stuff. So sometimes that can be a problem. So we'll clean, we'll dump, and we'll photograph, I guess. That's the... And I'm going to have to figure out how to match these photos up later. Let's see. What did I do with the photos for the last ones I took? I think I threw those in my Dropbox. Just to see here, what are the pictures I'm taking? It's 4 photos that I took of Sailor Moon. I guess I didn't take photos of the other carts there, but front of the board, back of the board, front and back of the cart. Okay. Well, that's doable. But you know, if I'm dumping these in bulk, I might get them out of order. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll play it by ear and see how it goes. We got some hot 91% isopropyl, the good business. I don't really have a good... dip into some of these napkins here. Maybe that'll be a good way to do this part of it. I mean, I guess the right thing to do would be to like get a cap or something and pour this into a receptacle. I don't have anything handy for that. Like a shot glass or something would be nice. I'm looking around the room to see if I've got anything that fits the bill. The cap on the Zycam bottle. Yeah, I mean, I may take this Zycam someday. Well, whatever, it'll dry out. Who cares? Alrighty. We've got our cartridge. We've got our Q-tips. Let's just get in here and just... So these are all cartridges we bought off eBay at random. We're just like, let's get some SNES tapes from Japan. And we bought a blind lot of just like... Super Famicom games. And it was just like, it was $1 a cartridge. And it was just like, I don't know, let's get some of these. Let's just fucking... Let's own cartridges. That'll be fun. And then they showed up, and you're like, I don't know, most of these are terrible, and a lot of them are in Japanese and in a way that like we can't even read them. This is a filthy cartridge. And so yeah, so long story short, a lot of these carts are super dirty, and yeah, this is grungy. We are going to need some more Q-tips. And yeah, it's Japanese darts, so it's 15% more interesting. Let's plug it in. And we will turn on. Okay, so from here, there's a tiny screen here on this that you're probably not going to be able to read. Oh, God. And it says... it's all the different systems. So we're going to move down to Super Nintendo. We're going to hit the button. I'm going to put on my glasses and see if that helps with this. I don't think it's going to, but we're going to see. No, not really. Oh, in fact, that makes it significantly worse. All right. Select cartridge type: Super Nintendo, N-Power SF memory, Satellaview BSX, or Flash Repro. We've got just a genuine ass Super Nintendo cartridge here. And now it's saying the name of the cartridge. It says it's a low ROM, slow ROM. Low ROM, slow ROM. It is 12 megabits. It has 2 chips. It's got some SRAM. And it's got a checksum of B1FA. And now our options here are read ROM, read save, write save, test SRAM, force cart type, and cycle cart. We just want to read the ROM. And now it is reading. A meter is filling. You see the light blinking. Calculating checksum. Checksum error. Time elapsed 13 seconds. Checksum error? That's no good. So sometimes that might mean that, we're not getting a good read on the cart. It is still dirty. So we will try again. Yeah, there's still some good dirt in there. How smoky do these carts smell? They don't smell smoky. I mean, this one now smells like rubbing alcohol. Mix some of this into my Diet Coke. Really get the day going. All right. We are definitely going to need some more Q-tips. I know I have Q-tips somewhere. I just don't know where, man. Everything, ever since the water damage, everything in this room has been in such disarray. I used to have shelves. Well, now the kids are taller, and, well, my daughter is. I guess they're both taller. But, and so I have fewer shelves at my disposal because I can't put things on the lower shelves because she will just grab them off and run away with it. So dry it off real nice. Maybe, I don't know if I need to hit cycle cart or not. Okay, let's try to dump. Calculating checksum. Checksum error. And it's a different error. 12 seconds that time it took to dump it. Man. We'll hit reset. And we'll try to just dump it again. We'll hold it in. ROM header corrupt or missing. Yeah. So, already out of the gate. with this business. We'll take a dry one. Make sure it's dry. Plug it back in. Turn it on. Okay, it's got the header. Read ROM. A different checksum error. Man, wow. Well, let's get at it. For realsies. These dirty ass carts. I don't want to spill this alcohol on stuff. I feel like I should get some. I was gonna say I should play some music, but then maybe I need to be able to hear the music from Mega Answer in order to feel good about the world. Listen to that for a while. All right. I feel much better now. I don't know about you. Did I just lose this? Fuck me, man. The screw just came out with the screwdriver, and then I... Shit. Does the dumper read the cart and manage to properly read the size? No, yeah, usually. So the so what they do here is they actually they store cart headers or checksum information on the SD card. Since a lot of a lot of these games are already known and everything, like it's very easy for them to compare to a database and know if a thing is a thing or not. But also it can read the headers on the cart and know some details about what type of cart it is and all of that. So well, we still have one screw. I'll look for the other one in a sec. The contacts don't look too bad, all told. But yeah, there's definitely some more gunk coming off of them. All right. When a battery dies in the SNES cart, yeah, you lose the save data and it'll kind of no longer save. Some people are into this idea of replacing the batteries on their cartridges, especially some of these old Pokemon games where they're like really attached to what they've got. Not me so much. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty standard SNES board, really. Nothing too fancy about it. put it in raw. We're going to raw dog this dump. All right. ROM header is corrupt or missing. That means it's just not even getting a good... Not even getting a good enough read on... Man. These troublesome ones I may just set aside in the interest of trying to get some of this stuff done instead of spending half an hour on this fucking mystery dungeon game that has already been dumped, I'm sure, multiple times. But you know, you want to be sure, right? What if? Man. Just gonna, you know, a classic technique here. Jeez. It might be in there a little too deep without the cartridge to kind of act as the barrier. That's always possible, right? Man, shit. But yeah, look at how grimy the bottom, like the open part of the cartridge is. You know, like this cartridge has seen some business over the years. Screw it back together and try it. I don't know, a couple more times here, but... That other screw is just fucking gone, man. It's gone. Okay, now we got the header and checksum back. Read ROM. Yeah, another checksum error. You know, when we pull the SD card and stuff, we'll look at these dumps and see if there's, you know, there's always the possibility that, like, what is it like? Because I think the checksum gets calculated and put in the header. So it reads what it thinks the checksum should be, and then sometimes it dumps the card and goes like, that's not what we got. Usually that means you're not dumping it right. But there's always the possibility that the checksum in the header doesn't match the actual checksum of the cartridge. But I think that only happens in weird bootleg Chinese carts and stuff. Multi-carts. Let's try something else. Let's try this copy of frickin' Tetris. I think that's the full proper name of this game, frickin' Tetris. The other worry, of course, is by jamming a bunch of dirty cartridges into the dumper, you've made the dumper slot dirty. No one likes a dirty dumper slot. You get sick that way. All right, Tetris Battle Guide N, there it is. Low ROM, fast ROM. Let's read it. Calculating checksum, okay. So that one dumped properly first try. That's how it's supposed to work. That's how this is supposed to go. You know? You stick it in, wiggle it around, push a few buttons, and boom, you're done. You go on your way. Quality cartridge and a clean cartridge. This is not one that came out of this lot of filth, right? So, I mean, I guess I should take some photos here. Trying not to lose any more screws today. How's everybody having? Is everybody losing their screws on Friday? Are you having a losing your screw type of Friday? What's going on? How's everybody doing? What is it? I started playing I don't know fucking wired and shit, but they put all the like the last 3 Call of Duties onto Steam. And I was like, let's install all of those and fill up 2 hard drives full of Call of Duty, you know. And I went through and like I'm impressed still by like how lifeless Black Ops Cold War is. It was a bummer in some ways to play Modern Warfare 1, the 2019 game, and be like, oh man, this game it has so many maps, and these maps are so good. It's so much fun. What's a tiny one? It's a little stubby guy. It says, hi, I'm Tetris. Where's my phone? Oh, here it is. It's under a bunch of things. Okay. And then, you know, so I also played some Call of Duty Vanguard, which is, you know, in my memory, like the worst one of those they've made in a very long time. And I fired it up and remembered, like, oh, right, I purchased Snoop Dogg for this game. That's real silly. And then realized if I got 15 hip fire kills, like with what they've added to that game over the year that they had with it, at some point they put a fucking like laser rifle in it. It's like one of the guns from Advanced Warfare or something into their World War II game. And so I thought, well, I need to unlock that because they had a mode running called No Limit Shipment, which is like, hey, it's Shipment, the map that you use to grind all your shit out on, all your camos and all your unlockables, and also we set it up so the match never ends. It's no limit. It runs until the time limit, I guess, and so you're guaranteed a full amount of time, maximum amount of time to unlock your stuff. And the no limit top dog Snoop Dogg was there. And so I unlocked this laser rifle, and then I was running around World War II as Snoop Dogg, smoking weed and smoking Nazis. Well, I guess none of the characters are even Nazi, you know, because like all the characters in the multiplayer, they're not like here's you could play as the, you know. So it's just like, here's World War II man, Square Jaw Joe. He's an American hero, and Snoop Dogg is blazing him with a fucking laser rifle, and then saying like "fashiggity" or you know whatever. And it's amazing. We were all wrong. Vanguard is the best Call of Duty game that they've ever made because it's the dumbest. And since then they added like there's one of the things, you know, because obviously like any game with cosmetics, they got to sell you stuff, right? And so they got to come up with like, what's some cool stuff we can sell? And so eventually every single developer on the history of the planet says like, oh, anime, we can sell them like, you know, anime skins, right? And that's what we want to do. You never understood why they couldn't go the America's Army approach of just making whichever team isn't yours the Nazis. The answer is because when you buy cosmetics, it's not for you, especially in a first-person game. It's so you can let everyone else know that you are Snoop Dogg. Like, cosmetics aren't for you. They're for everyone else in the lobby, that you are imposing it upon them. In most ways, you know? I worry always is taking these things apart and putting them back together. It's like, is it slightly looser than it was before because I'm bad at this? Maybe. So, you know, the whole thing is ridiculous, right? But they sold stuff in that game, and they are currently selling stuff in that game that's like hacker, dead sec. You know, they look like watchdogs. It's like you've got a cool mask and it's got a skull on it, and it's cyber skull, and it's like get your cyber rifle, and like all these other skins that are like cyberspace themed in a World War II themed Call of Duty game. It's just fucking weird. Like that, you know, it's not that weird, you know, like they're just trying to sell stuff, and they're like, well, we know that some people like the cyberspace, the cyberpunk look. Yes, people love to cyber, as we all know. And so, you know, it's just the look of it, the concept, everything, because like, you know, it still has a lot of old-timey looking guns, and then there's one laser rifle, but then even sometimes the old-timey guns have cyber skins on them and all this other stuff, but the scopes and iron sight, you know, whatever, all look all weird because it's, you know, old-timey stuff on this weird cyberpunk anime rifle. And it's just like, I'm not, you know, I some people get mad at that. They're like, I can't believe they're, especially with the anime skins. I think when the most recent Call of Duty came out, there were some people that are like, I can't believe they put anime skins in this game. They're putting cat ears on this guy and he's tough. Why would they do that? Oh, but it's ridiculous. It's why I think they need to just like separate that whole thing from any concept of reality or war or whatever, and just do whatever. And Vanguard is the most do whatever of the recent Call of Duty games, as far as I can tell. And so they at least kind of understand that aspect of it really well. Here we've got a game. Yeah, we got to dump this. We have to preserve this because I'm sure this is probably something of a rarity. It's called Super Mario World. I don't know if Luigi is in this one because it doesn't say brothers, but oh wait, it says Super Mario Brothers 4 right here. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers 4, Super Mario World. I think you jump in it. I don't, I'm not sure what you do. Maybe we'll play it one of these days. I don't know. Let's just try and dump this and see if it dumps. Because otherwise I'll just run out of Q-tips. ROM header is corrupt or missing. All right, fine. Thanks to Captain America 84 and Noel Huzzah. Mini Tick. The Bear Girl for the, you know, the Twitch subscription stuff. Funding this this dumping operation here. Oh, that's filthy. Ah, yes. Yes. Super Nintendo. ROM header is corrupt or missing. Again. Ugh. How sad is it that Mishka has pivoted to NFTs and digital wearables? I mean, I don't know. Like all these fucking... all the streetwear brands are run by people with just... no sense of ethics or ethic, you know, they're out to make money, and you know, all of these kind of like fly-by-night fashion brands and streetwear brands, like most of them don't stand for anything other than, yo, we getting paid. And I mean, half the shirts might as well just say on them, yo, we getting paid. That's when I launch my streetwear brand. It's just going to say, yo, we getting paid. And on the back, it's going to say, who spilled all this cough syrup? Or, you know, whatever. And then Parker Boudreaux can wear them all the time. It'll be very exciting. We can be tapped in. So, yeah, I mean, it's not surprising at all. When you're like, oh, did you know that the guy from the hundreds is going to start making a bunch of bullshit? You're like, yeah, of course. Like, it's all, you know, what? It's... you know, that's always been the goal, I think, for a lot of these companies, right? It's just like, make money. Their business. At the end of the day, it's like, do they have this kind of cultural cachet or whatever? Sure, but that doesn't last forever. Like, how many of those streetwear brands are like lasting like long enough to build a legacy, and how many are like fly-by-night things where it's like, oh, we had a good 5-year run where we sold a lot of fucking t-shirts for $60 and then it just kind of all dried up because everyone got into different stuff. This Super Mario World cartridge is fucked. So, like, yeah, what are the, you know, I guess you could say Supreme. You could say Mark Echo still technically exists. Though I don't know. I mean, not a lot of people out there wearing Echo these days. Well, like, Echo got big. Echo had a big run. A real big run. big enough to get out, right? I mean, you know, big enough to not have to sit there and think like, we gotta do NFTs. And, you know, yeah, obviously FUBU was huge as well. This game is called Street Fighter 2. I need to have a separate stack of carts we could not immediately dump. Echo is massive at Marshall's. Yeah. So like Echo transitioned into just like like, hey, we're still gonna make this stuff, and yeah, but we've got our clothes into, you know, lower price stores. It kind of became a different thing, like a less premium thing. Like I would still consider. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. I was gonna say I would still consider wearing Echo, but like if I saw the right shirt, the right sweatshirt or whatever, like I still have all my Echo t-shirts fell apart over the years, but like I still have a hoodie around here somewhere. It was like a hoodie that they sent us. I forget why. It was years before he was doing a game, but like I forget what the situation was, but like they sent us a care package of like, hey man, here, have some stuff, and I ended up with a hoodie in that, you know, kind of like, it was probably like 97, somewhere around there. This cartridge is fucking filthy. Oh my god, look at the grime coming off on this one. The dirtiest Street Fighter 2 cartridge on the planet. How many years till Kanye's on QVC? Well, he was doing that in line with the Gap, right? I mean, it's not that far off. And then people decided, like, maybe we shouldn't be in business with an anti-Semite, or at least, like, this one. I don't know. And is that dude just, like, laying low and hoping that, like, did someone finally get to him and be like, dude, shut the fuck up and don't say anything for a year and a half, and then maybe you can make a grand return, but Jesus, the fuck is... Dumbass. But yeah, I don't know. Like, what is the I always wanted to, and you know, like, I want to do merchandise. Man, we're having no luck with this stuff. This is a bad one as well. Like, I'm sure all these cartridges work because I'm pretty sure I got them, you know, up and running on a real SNES at one point. But geez. I always wanted to treat merchandise similarly to a streetwear brand, you know, like that was kind of the approach I wanted to take with merch. And, you know, kind of do limited run items that's just like, not necessarily to make them like a rarity or whatever, just like, hey, we're gonna make this design for a while, and then when we decide it's not cool anymore, we're gonna replace it with something else. And it turns out everyone just wanted the logo on a black shirt. I was like, okay, well, all right. Like, there were some shirts over the years that certainly did well. But by and large, people were just like, hey, we just want a logo on a t-shirt. Like, yeah, cool. Well, yeah, I don't know. I want to find out, you know, and I haven't worked on this at all lately, but I started down this road and then kind of got distracted and probably need to kind of start from scratch. But I need to find who's the right company to partner with or whatever to sign up with for printing and fulfillment. And who's gonna do that, and who makes good shirts, and but also, like, just as importantly as who makes good shirts is who can send them out well, who can send them out well, and ideally send them out to international addresses. Like, that was always the hardest part, and I don't know that there's like a good solution to it, but like, you know, if your shipping to the UK is more than the shirt, it gets really hard at that point, because, you know, you want to be able to offer your stuff to as many people as possible, you know, just because that's, you know, ideally that's how you run it, right? But like it got really hard to do that. And, you know, the fulfillment folks were always like, oh yeah, we got some ideas about how we're going to drop ship a bunch over here. But then everyone got into printing on demand, and you're like, okay, do you have a print on demand operation set up in the UK for cheaper shipping? And like, no, we do not. I'm like, okay, yeah, well, shit. So I really like, and this is an endorsement. I don't know what type of shirt it is, but whoever Danny O'Dwyer went with for those no clip shirts, that is a high quality garment so far. It is. I bought that some number of months ago. It's been washed quite a lot. The printing has held up well. The shirt itself is nice. Nice enough for that type of shirt, right? And so, I need to look back. He told me who he was using a while ago. I just didn't really have time to look into it. That was kind of where I fell off of it. And so they might be a good company to go with, because it seems like Danny likes them. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Danny. I don't know for sure, but you know, he did recommend. He did tell me who he was using, and didn't say, oh, they're terrible. You know, so. All right, moving on to another dirty cartridge. Am I just gonna have to go get some Brasso? And like, are these cartridges so grimy? Is that the fashion line? Got these grimy street carts. So I want to get that part out of the way. Figure out like who I'm gonna go with. Yeah, Brasso's no good. Yeah, Brasso's pretty abrasive, right? Yeah, get some actual contact cleaner instead of alcohol. Yeah, these are all good ideas. These are all good ideas. But I don't know, if we end up going through a few more of these and all of them dump improperly, I'm probably going to lose my nerve on this, and we'll do something else. Because, man... All right, Treasure Hunter G. Let's see what you got. And then from there, it's like, then I need to do art, right? And so the art actually is probably even harder. And it's so I think the process, the reason why I'm not selling shirts yet is I need to figure out what I want to do art wise. I have an idea for a single shirt. And it's a relatively easy one. ROM header is corrupt or missing. Fuck, man. What? God damn it. Oh, these cartridges are so filthy. Come on, Treasure Hunter G. Don't do me like this. But like, you know, also like all of the graphics that I'm using are things that I threw together the night before I had to use, that I needed graphics, you know? It's just like, oh shit, I gotta, what do I need? I need this, I need this, I need this. Have I ever thought that maybe it's the reader that's not working properly, not the carts? Sounds like you got here a little late. But it is possible that we filled up the contacts on the reader over the last 20 minutes here with some of these dirty carts. But a clean cart dumped fine is the short version. Man. But so it's kind of the weird thing about, like, when you go and name a thing after yourself is like, okay, I don't necessarily want to do a bunch of shirts that are just like my name written in different ways, right? So what are the, you know, there's probably a good, like, show logo shirt to be done, but, like, also, like, I still kind of view the logo to the podcast as being placeholder. And so there's a part of me that's like, I should, you know, maybe do a run of that old, of that logo, but probably also think about rolling out a new logo around that time and whatever else, right? So yeah, a Game Boys to Men shirt probably would be pretty good. You could do that a few different ways. I mean, there's the art that we've been using, but also you know, just the riff on the name and doing a Boys to Men kind of Game Boy mashup motif, you know, whatever that looks like. There's probably something there. Man, yeah. Having some bad luck with this stuff, huh? So ideally you'd take a, well, I guess I could, kind of take a side of a napkin here. See if we can fit this in the... Yeah, that'll work without shredding too much. It's hard to get a lot of pressure against it, though, without shredding this napkin inside there, which is not what you want to do. We can at least kind of wipe it out just a little bit. But yeah, it's, you know, the merchandise thing is weird, right? Because I will tell you this. I never especially liked any of the merchandise that had a picture of me on it. Not that there was a ton of it. I guess with the exception of the original 5-star exploding atom bomb garbage pail kid thing, back from, like, you know, 08 or whatever. You know, it's hard to feel like, oh yeah, I got, and the fidget spinner was good, but I mean you know, some of the fan art, all that other stuff, some of that stuff is just, it never really, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to go like, this is a great picture of myself that we're selling on t-shirt. It was just really conceptually strange to just be like, yes, I love this picture of me on this t-shirt, and we're selling them to be, it's just a strange thing, you know? And so I was always into the kind of other stuff, you know, more logo oriented, more yeah, the wrestling shirt problem in a lot of ways. Yeah, like what do you know, like a lot of wrestling shirts are abysmal because it's just like, here's a picture of a greasy dude and below it says Bret the Hitman Hart and look at his wet weird hair and you're like, look at this Canadian guy. And it's just a weird fucking thing, right? So yeah, so that's why, yes, exactly. I'll make a t-shirt with a picture of me, and then it'll say always pounding ass. It'll say game over and the question mark, and then it'll say damn right I'm over, because that's cool, because that's insidery. Yeah, this treasure hunter is still not reading. Ugh. Yeah, wrestling shirts are a nightmare. And so like the thing is, like, that's the thing, is like it's not that different in terms of like it's a personality driven whatever you know, what sort of things do you do that are not just like, again, like here's 9 different logos that are just my name over and over again. I don't think that's necessarily cool. There's some catchphrasey type stuff you could probably do, but again, I think a lot of that has limited shelf life. It's the hard thing about podcast shirts in general, right? I think a lot of podcasts, like Comedy Bang Bang has done a lot of this, and some of it I think is pretty good, and some of it I look at and go like, that's, well, like, what are you trying to accomplish? I don't know. Like the thing that's like, here's a reference, here's something that was said in a single episode of a podcast, and now we're selling it on a shirt. And so like, if you didn't hear that episode or you didn't care for that bit, are you ever going to even think about buying that t-shirt? Is it a cool t-shirt on its own? I think that actually is the thing for me, is like the thing is I want the t-shirts to be kind of cool on their own. And so it's okay if they reference highly specific bits or whatever, that like someone might not understand or something, but I think as long as the shirt still looks all right, you can kind of get away with a lot, right? But again, I think, you know, there are a lot of there are a lot of different ways to go. You like the Mega 64 merchandise? Yeah, I need to take. I looked at some of their stuff a while ago, and I was like, some of this is amazing. Like they were doing like track suits and other stuff like that. That I was like, man, that's great. There's some great stuff there, and some really good treatments of their logo. But it's a lot easier to write Mega 64 on something than to be like the Jeff Gerstmann show. You know, it's a little it's sort of a different thing, you know. Yeah, these cartridges are just grungy as fuck. I'm gonna have to, yeah, we're just gonna have to reinvest in some different elbow grease, some different material needed to clean these things better. And so yeah, that's the, yes, exactly. It's the here's some good quality stuff that people who know what it is, and then they're still good shirts. That's probably the right way to go with it. But also I'm one of the worst people when it comes to just like, oh, this is a moment that we should definitely commemorate on a shirt or whatever it is. And so like when it came to the merchandise we were doing there over the years, like I didn't always have a ton of I had feedback, but I wasn't always like, here's this idea that has to be a shirt. Like I was very rarely that person. Yeah, ROM header corruptor missing. I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of this. I just don't think I have exactly what I need to actually clean all these cards properly, so that's kind of a bummer. I'm trying to think if I know where in my garage the prototype carts are, because I could bring those in and try to dump those. Those are generally a lot cleaner, and I could redump some of them. But I don't know off the top of my head where they ended up. So yeah. This dumping operation might be, we might have to put it on hold. I'm not sure. The stack of carts that would not dump properly is now significantly higher than the stack of carts that did. You're all right with logos, but you refuse to wear anything with sentences or phrases. I don't know. I think, sometimes words are part of a logo, right? Like if you've got a logo and you've got, I like the, a lot of the Achewood merchandise because, there's a good strong image and then they've got a joke written in a circle around it or something, like the reference, I think there's room for text. There's room for text on those sorts of shirts, right? I think you can do that. It just has to look good. Embarrassing video game shirts that your parents would get you in the early aughts are in again. Yeah. Yeah, so there was always like that too, of just like, can you make a bunch of good shirts that are references that are like things a person who likes video games may enjoy that aren't even necessarily a direct reference to the program or me or something like that. Like there's probably room for something like that too. Well. Oh, here's this. Is this the Sailor Moon cartridge or is this a different one? No, this is Sailor Moon Super S Zenin Sanfa Shuyaku Sandatsu Sen, according to the writing that is on this. I don't know who wrote that, but this kind of looks filthy, but it's in a plastic wrap, so it's got to be cleaner than the other carts because I don't think it came from the same batch. Let's try it just to check. Yeah, that one's corrupt too. You know what? Let's go back and try Tetris since that one dumped first try because it was such a clean cart. And see if we have just filthed up this slot. See if we just got filthy slots. Yeah, that one rings up just fine. Feed ROM. Yep, that one dumped perfectly, so. So the slot is fine. But the cartridges. Disgusting. I'm trying to think if I have an eraser. I saw one recently, but I just don't remember where. It was out in the garage somewhere, so it might as well be completely gone forever at this point. Let's try this one more time on this Sailor Moon cartridge, and then I have hit my limit on not dumping cartridges, and I will just have to buy some better cleaner, and we can try this again another day. Most of this alcohol is already dried up. But yeah, anyway, that's that's most of my thoughts on merchandise. Really, is like, oh god, is I make it a lot harder than it has to be, because in my head I want to make something like really, really good. And so like there is still this idea of just like, I want to approach this, or it's something really, really good is not the way to put it. Something I really, really like. And that was something I eventually, a few years in, had to let go of. It's just like, it's okay if I don't like the shirts as long as other people do. I'm not making them for me. Would I take art submissions for shirts and stuff? Yeah, I mean, I would hope to be paying people for art for shirts. You know, buying designs from people and whatnot. Yeah. Fuck this. We're done. We're done. Ugh. Very frustrating. You don't want to end up with a warehouse full of crap no one wants. So, like, anything I do at this point, I would do print on demand. I don't think I would do print up front and sell them out of a warehouse. Like, I don't want to deal with the storage thing. Someone somewhere still has, I bet, some Patrick hot dog shirts sitting somewhere. That store's not even up anymore, is it? I thought I saw that, like, they were no longer selling merchandise, which seemed weird. Whatever. All right, Dirty Q-tips. Thank you for your service. This is a real grimy situation. And well, I guess just dump the rest of this out on this napkin. That is unfortunate. What are you gonna do? What you're gonna do is you're gonna clean the carts better. Perfect camera setup for gunpla builds. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust my hands. I don't trust the steadiness of my hands to do that sort of work. I'm not like, I don't know. I can hold my hand steady enough. I don't have like weird fucking detox shakes or anything, but you know. But not the, I don't have the steadiest hands in the game. It's also why I don't solder. I don't really trust, I don't think I would be able to work in that type of steady-handed sort of work very well. Okay. Well, I guess we could play some video games instead of dumping some video games. I know that's boring, but... Let's open this thing. And see what it's all about. Who is this? This guy looks like, I don't know. It's like if PewDiePie and Ryan Reynolds fucked or something. I don't know. It says inspired by FaZe Jev, Jev. And it is Ragin' Gummy Fish. Let's try it. It's not as cold as it was a little bit ago, but it's still cold enough, I think. Smells very sweet. I'm sure, this is probably a Swedish fish type of flavor. Bryn, you don't know why FaZe is on so much stuff. Who the fuck cares about FaZe? I mean, like no one, right? I mean, that's why like they went public and now their stock is in the shitter, right? Like that's it seems like no one cares about it. But I don't know. I don't follow esports enough to know, but like they have some teams in some games, I assume, but I don't know. There's a while there where it was like Snoop Dogg is a member of FaZe and what, like Justin Bieber, whoever the fuck it was, but that they were trying to make a big mainstreamish kind of run there, and they went public and their stock took a giant shit, and now you read articles about like, FaZe is fucked. I'm like, no, it's not a real company. This is all right. Yeah, sort of a Swedish fish-ish sort of flavor. Not a strong chemical flavor, which a lot of these other G Fuels have had. But there is some there at the end. Did they turn FaZe Clan into a brand? I mean, that was the goal, right? Like they wanted to turn it into a lifestyle brand and sell merchandise and do, they definitely wanted to go that route, right? Like, isn't 100 Thieves kind of becoming FaZe now? I thought they were both. I thought 100 Thieves was just like a less successful FaZe in terms of trying to turn it into a lifestyle brand and everything else, right? They both had like, I don't know which one of them had the like, we sold the naming rights to our training facility, and of course they sold it to some fucking crypto company, right? So it's like the crypto dick fuck 100 Thieves training zone, or whatever they call it. I don't know. But yeah, that's the trajectory that you want to, if you can do it, that's where there's money there, right? Because if you can make your influencers huge and then they're selling merchandise and they're, like, oh, we're selling all these jerseys and shirts and everything else. Then it, you are lifting yourselves out of the whole esports thing, which is not a hugely profitable spot to be in, right? You found a way to transition out of that and chase more money. And so I get why some of these esports teams would try to do that, because otherwise you're relying on like Overwatch League, like what is that? Is that going to be a thing? There were just layoffs at whatever the Los Angeles, the Guard, right? They just laid a bunch of people off. And they were affiliated with the LA Rams, or I guess where are the Rams now? Where do the Rams play these days? I thought are they owned by the same company or something? I forget what it was. Anyway. And they play Valorant. And they play all right, I'm taking a screen. This is just like, it's fucking corny. It's so fucking dumb. It's so dumb. And like, whatever. Like, I would have taken a photo like this. I still would take a fucking stupid photo like this. This is so like, I'm not saying I'm above it, but this tweet and this photo is just like, are you fucking kidding me? Here. That's right. OBS used to just be able to drag JPEGs and pings onto the window and it would work, and now that doesn't work anymore. It's annoying. Let me get this image on stream so you can see it. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, god damn it. Look at this team. You do not want this smoke. Yeah, look at this team. Look at this guy. Look at these fucking guys. You do not want this smoke. Yeah. So yeah, sure. Yes. If you want, yes, bad trigger discipline, sure. But also, look at these killers. Look at these. No, mean mug a little harder. You need to look a little tougher for this. You don't want. Look at this team. You do not want this smoke. I'm sorry. I'm sure at least, let's say 3 out of these 5 guys are probably really nice guys, right? Only 2 of them probably super suck. And yes, one of these guys looks very sad to be a part of this also. And I'm just like, I'm sure that they're probably, I don't want to cast, maybe these are nice dudes, right? But whoever said, no, guys, we've got to get you together and we've got to get you holding fake guns. And because you guys play a shooter, because you guys played the shooter video game, we need a picture of you guys holding guns because you guys play Valorant. You do not want this smoke. Oh. Are they even really holding anything, or did they Photoshop the guns in completely? Because, like, a lot of this gun handling is abysmal. They look like a paintball team from the 90s. Sure, yeah. No, nothing about and like I'm sure they're very good at Valorant. Let's put it this way. I'm sure they're significantly better at Valorant than I am. How about that? You do not want this smoke. Nothing about this picture says, oh my God, I wouldn't want to run into these guys in a dark Valorant alley. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a dick about it. Again, I don't know these guys. Maybe they're super nice, or maybe they're not. I have no idea, honestly. Like maybe they're fucking all mad problematic. I don't know. These esports guys, you never know, right? But look at this team. You do not want this smoke. Every bit of the concept to execution on the creation and posting of this image is hysterical to me. I want this. You do not want this smoke. So that's extremely good. Congratulations to them for qualifying for Valorant. I'm reading the responses here. There's a guy here that says, I want the smoke. Someone else says, why is Trent so good? And someone else here says, TSM better though. All right, whatever. Fucking esports. Fucking esports. I think the phrase "you don't want this smoke" or "we want all the smoke," if you want to go with the wrestling, the Street Profits version of it. I just, the concept of wanting or not wanting the smoke I've always found hilarious. So I'm sure that that's part of it, but you do not want this smoke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, yes, the Street Profits want the smoke. The implication is that these gentlemen have the smoke and you simply do not want it. So I don't know. Anyway, the company that owns that team, I think, laid some people off recently. And I don't know, man. Esports. Esports seems like I've talked about this at length, and I don't want to, rehash the whole conversation again, but I do just a lot of esports operations just seem really shifty, real shady, and that they are taking advantage of their players. I don't know if that's true for all organizations. I certainly don't know for sure, but that has just always been the vibe. And so the idea of like those guys being like deer in the headlights, like holding Photoshop guns, and then some social media manager going like, I don't know, fuck man, look at this team. You do not want this smoke. You do not want this smoke. Real question is, how does esports make money? I mean, yeah, so it's sponsorships. I mean, right? I mean, it's you obviously you get your cut of the winnings if you win the tournament, but the payouts for that stuff is not it's not such that you're going to be able to fuel an entire organization with just your winnings, right? So instead it's advertising, it's sponsorships, it's advertising and sponsorships. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? These guys are signing up for the team, and the teams, because they're kind of players / influencers, you end up in this situation where those guys are probably also doing a lot of streaming on the side, and then maybe that is where they're doing their brand deals, and they're like, hey, I want all the smoke, and that's why I ordered the smoked hickory fucking farmhouse whatever farm to table butt burger from Arby's or whatever. But yeah, that stuff will depend on a lot of different things, right? I mean, I think it's why I kind of like the fighting game stuff better, because in a lot of ways the fighting stuff seems like a simpler relationship. When it comes to sponsoring a player, it's an individual player, and they maybe sponsor 5 or 6 players that play a game in some cases, and some of it just feels easier to understand. Whereas like with the whole team thing, and like, oh, you got cut from the team, and all, like that whole concept just feels a lot weirder to me. Like from the outside looking in. Dr. Girlfriend's experience says, I wonder if they get a cut of the streamer's Twitch. I'm going to say probably, but that's probably a person by person basis, right? It's probably an organization by organization basis too, right? The especially for some of these teams that are more like influencer organizations that also have an esports component to them or something, right? Where they'll do different types of deals with different types of streamers depending on what they're doing. I had so my YouTube channel is not especially large, right? We're at like 30,000 subscribers or something, and here on Twitch we're closing on 50,000 followers. So hit that follow button, like, hey, I'm in the same fucking grind as everybody else, right? I mean, you want the numbers to go up. But as soon as I got a YouTube channel that had a business email address on it, I started getting a lot of garbage. Well, not a lot of garbage. I mean, some of it may be legit, and I don't really know what to make of some of it. A lot of it is the kind of I'll pull one up here and kind of paraphrase. Let's see. I get a lot of emails from people with fake names that are like, hit me up on Discord in ways that, like, some of them feel like real names, some of them don't, but they read like form letters from Stream Elements, which is a company. I mean, they do, you know, they have their whole like like software package that'll do like stream alerts and everything. I did install it at one point, and then it broke OBS so bad I immediately uninstalled it. But so I now get contacts from them, and sometimes they say what the brand is up front, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes the names on the emails read like real human names, and then sometimes it's not. So I'll read this. I don't respond to half of them, which is maybe kind of a jerk move, but like you know, I'm probably going to respond to this one and say I don't do this. Like I just don't do this, because I'm pretty sure this one is for the game you think it is for. But I've gotten a lot of things for things that are not games, and some of this other stuff that you know, just like I would do podcast ads, would not be completely out of the picture or out of the, you know, out of the question, I guess. It's about a game publisher who works with us and would like to offer you to promote their game by trying it for 2 hours on your channel. For that, they're willing to offer you a guaranteed base, and with bonuses, it could add up to $5, you know, somewhere around $5,000. But like the thing there is like, you're then I would be going to you to do this stream and be like, download the game today from my link, but also you need to play it a bunch in order for me to get the money. And it's anyway, this campaign is highly convenient, and its minimal requirements give you much leeway in the way you present it to your audience. We've deployed this with many streamers so far, and the feedback is amazing. The basic requirements are 2 hours of gameplay, themed alert and panel banner, social post, and bot command. And they tell you what the guaranteed base is. Yeah, it's like $1,000. And so it's like, you're going to get $1,000, but you could get like $5,000 if a bunch of people jump through hoops. And it's yeah. Anyway, like this is not the sort of stuff I would do for a like endemic advertising, like for video game ads. Like it's just not, you know, it's not something I'm really looking to do. And I should probably just write back to this person and say like, hey, thanks, but I'm super not interested. But I got, you know, I get, there's a couple meetings I probably should take with people that are like podcast companies, or, you know, like that do, whether they do podcast ad network type stuff or whatever else that, you know, it's, you know, those are conversations I should probably have a few of and think about it. But like I got one, I got a couple of these, but it's like from a talent management agency. And I don't know if I don't know what that even entails. Like, what does a talent manager do for? I imagine they just say that it's just like a podcast ad network where they say, hey, here are some ads for you to do, and that they sell you as part of a package of streamers that they represent, right? So they probably just go out in bulk, and they can say, hey, we can guarantee you this many viewers because we represent 20 different streamers. And so they, you know, even if not all of them are the biggest streamers in the world, we can still get you X number of eyeballs on your whatever because of the reach we have. And so it's like that sort of stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like I said, you know, like we do sponsors on the podcast and it's not that different, but like I like that style of advertising where it's like, here is an advertisement in the middle of this program and it is clear when it is starting and when it is stopping, and there you go, you know. And a lot of these are like the whole like sponsored stream, do a thing, like it's funny because in a lot of cases it's for less money than podcast advertising would be, and that's going to be different for every person out there, right? But I'll tell you that for my purposes, like the hoops they would want me to jump through and the hard sell they would want me to give to you in terms of like the offer code, and like you'll order the product while you're on stream and then you'll try it, and like, nope, that seems like way too much for this amount of money, considering how this stuff works on the other side, on the podcast side of things. Anyway, not to just talk business or whatever, but so it's just strange. Like the economy, the economics of streaming and YouTubing like professionally as like a solo person or as a small streamer, whatever it is, which I that's how I think of myself as a small streamer. I don't know, because there are people out there with like, you know, they'll click a button and 40,000 people will show up. Like I ain't Germa, right? But like, I don't know. It's just, it's a weird thing. I exist in a really weird space. We were talking about it last night. I was recording the most recent episode of Game Boys to Men, which will be out the door for you hopefully by the end of the weekend. I had to take a break in the middle of it because we recorded it at night, and then I had to run in and check on my son who was sleeping, and so there's a break in the middle I got to cut out there. But Glenn and I had Dan Amrich on, and if you don't know Dan, he was at Game Pro for a long time. He wrote for a magazine called Flux before that. He's currently at Digital Eclipse. He was at Activision writing a blog about Call of Duty for them for a while, which is a really crazy thing. And so we talked to Dan for damn near 3 hours. About 2.5, I think is what it ended up being. But and like I didn't know Dan super well. It's funny, like, you know, he and I ran in the exact same circles for a very long time, but we were running into them at a time when everyone kind of kept to themselves, and so like I have known Dan for decades, but never really had a really actual conversation with him. It was just like, oh hey Dan, yeah. And so it was awesome. Like it was one of those situations where it's like, these are two people who, you know all of the same people and have done all this. It's like, yeah, okay. We had the same goofy stories about, we named some names across. Anyway, it'll be an interesting show. If you read video game magazines in the 90s and care about what it was like to be a freelance writer back then, we talk a lot about freelancers who were freelancing for different publications and doing all this different stuff along the way. It was fun to talk to Glenn and to Dan about that stuff. And yeah, so that was an awesome thing. Anyway, we recorded that last night, so I just need to chop it up just the tiniest bit, and then probably get it out the door for you. Like I said, probably won't take too much editing work. I just need to find the time to get it done and get it uploaded and everything. How was the garage studio? I need a noise gate on that microphone. That's the main thing. There's a couple, because I have it on a microphone stand. And when you tap that, it's a standing floor stand. Like I was going to tie some fucking bandanas to it and flip it around. And I need to turn on a noise gate somewhere in that chain because I bumped that thing a couple of times. So you'll hear a couple boom, and you might hear me breathe a little bit. But other than that, I think it worked out really well. I need better lighting out there and everything else. But like, hey, it's fine. So yeah, I got to grab those files and get to work on those. I'll probably start on that tonight. And if I can, well, there's a bunch of wrestling on tonight. Might have to wait until Saturday night. We'll see. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think that'll be an interesting show. to more than just me. So yeah, I think you'll probably dig it. It's again, that's on the Patreon. You can find more details on that. That's dopeassvideogames.com. You can get more details about the different tiers there and figure out which one you want to sign up for and get on the Discord and all of this sort of stuff. And yeah, it's been yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is March now, so what is this? This is 9 months now that we've been at this, and it's really insane how fast time is moving. That a lot of that stuff, yeah, we're coming up on the year anniversary of it, and that's really weird. That's man, wow, because that stuff all feels like it just happened. Still, that stuff is still, there are aspects of that are still a little close to the fucking surface on me that are like, that I haven't quite let go of yet. Most of it I've let go of damn near all of it, but there's still a little bit that I'm just like, but I don't know. Who the fuck has time, right? So to hold weird grudges or fucking be mad about dumb shit, like, it's, you know, I'm dealing with it in my own way, I suppose. But I don't know, man. It's been great. It's been really great to be able to just kind of be here and just do stuff, if that makes sense. And not have to fucking overthink a lot of shit and not have to figure out like, well, what's going to be the best time to do this? And, oh, is someone else doing this here? Like, you know, like fitting things into a schedule. Just like, fuck it. No, I'm gonna set my own schedule here and do this and make it happen. And you know, the ups and downs of that are really interesting. It's very similar to the last decade or so, but is also dramatically different in some ways, where it's like, okay, I need to, you know, like there's new stuff I want to do. Like we were talking about merchandise. Like that's the sort of thing that like someone else could handle that, but there is no someone else. So, you know, it comes down to like, okay, well, I've got to do this, but also I'm around and helping out with kids and doing, you know, like the kind of full everything that's happening doesn't always leave a lot of room for that sort of stuff. And so is it more rewarding? Yeah, yes, absolutely, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. I feel a much more, it's the way it felt. It's the way things felt for me in like 2008, I guess I would say, where there is and I don't, it's hard to say this without sounding phony, because I think a lot of people say shit like this and don't mean it, but like I feel a much more direct connection to you now. And it feels like that kind of 2008, 2009 kind of style stuff where like it feels more real. It feels more fucking like genuine or whatever. It's not filtered through a bunch of people and meetings and numbers and all of this other shit, right? It's and that's not to say that like things got super phony or whatever. It's more that like there's just a lot of shit that has to happen. There's, whether it's, okay, we've got to get out of this meeting and then run and go do this show, or we've got to figure out employee reviews for people and who gets raises, or, you know, like there's who, you know, we've got to go try to fight for more resources and then get really downtrodden about all the time that got wasted on that fight that didn't result in more resources. You know, like that stuff just all kind of takes time and it takes energy, more importantly, you know, and you spend a lot of energy, and I spend a lot of energy let's say 12 months ago, on stuff like that, of just like, here's the resources that this thing needs to succeed. And here's the types of moves that need to be made here in order to kind of get this where it needs to go. And you spend an immense amount of time poring over, like, okay, well, what's the ask? What do we do? Number of people and this and that. We need, where do we want to get to? What do we want to do? What's the coolest thing we could be building for an audience? And then, you go make that pitch, and then someone's like, that's cool. I also took 20 more pitches on other things, and I have no emotional investment in anything you're doing. And you're like, okay, well, this has been my life since the 90s. So when I make those sorts of pitches to people, and then they're like, well, that sounds interesting. Go off and work on it. I'm like, but we're not going to give you. And it's like, okay, yeah. So whatever, man. It's fucking whatever. That's everything, right? So, obviously everything is on a much smaller scale here, right? Like I said, it's just me, but there's something so much more satisfying about what's me and Glenn. I don't want to, I don't want to undersell Glenn's impact on this stuff. Doing Game Boys to Men with me and stuff, and giving me someone else to bounce off of, and when it comes to talking about a lot of that older stuff, like, that's been immense. That's been fantastic. And super fun to do as well. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's just there's like I said, it's a much more direct connection from you to me, if that makes any sense. And again, I realize that fucking that's like the corniest shit in the world, and because everyone that is trying to play that game and try to like twist it just the right way, they are presenting it in that way, and they've got their like, what up fam, make sure to mash that button, like all that stuff, right? But that's just how it's been for me. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So, and it's been fun to fucking, like to fuck around on the Discord, and people, like they're like people doing their thing over there. And oh my God, there's like there's others. I'm looking at the Discord channel for live stuff here. Yeah. And yeah, some of these other pictures of the players of the guard are pretty wild. So I don't know. The late February, it says February 22nd, there was a report saying that all the employees of the guard have been laid off, and I do know someone who was there who was not there anymore. So I do know that some of that has happened, but anyway, esports, man. More FIghtcade, please. Yeah, we should do some more fucking FIghtcade. I don't know that I'm like prepared to do it right this second, but yes, I want to check up on that because I know they've done some updates and they support some more games. Like we could be potentially playing like the Dreamcast version of NFL Blitz and stuff like that now, I think too, which is kind of nuts. A certain game with a battle mode starring a clown is on FIghtcade. Yeah, we may have to really get in there and get nasty then. Well, shit, man. What else is going on? Let's see. I don't know. Let me just launch FIghtcade and see what it does. If it's probably going to take like 9 updates and do all this other stuff, but I should probably plug the other controller in because it's probably already configured. It's been weird having like switching back and forth between PlayStation and Xbox controllers depending on what game I'm playing versus the time of day. I would probably just go with the Xbox controller out of just like ease of use or whatever. But like I said, it's too loud. And since my son sleeps in this room while I'm in here kind of working at night, like there's sort of a this just has Mr. Do support straight up in FIghtcade. You can just play Mr. Do with another person, I assume, as player 2. Even without a battle mode. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Let me see here. Let me click on test game and see if this loads. And see if we can get the buttons configured properly. And I'll get this so that you can see it. That seems like it'd be helpful. Oh, right. This camera's down here, huh?
Hello. You're about to witness a dramatic presentation of the great American tradition of clean, competitive sports.
This intro is ridiculous. I don't remember this. It's got such a fuck you, old man. This is fucking real football. Any issues with long-term play when you use a PlayStation 5 controller? The textured surface is so abrasive to my skin it causes pain. No, I have not had any trouble along those lines. Oh my god, this is the most blown out explosion noise I think I've ever heard. Those are weird buttons. Oh, right. That's right. Something about the emulation is fucked up in a way that makes the sound weird. Oh, you can still hear Mega answer? Sorry. I forgot the capture card was unmuted in this scene. Let me... Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. I can fix that.
First and 30. Somebody peel him and play. This is critical. Ball at the 40. Ball at the center. Rolling left.
But yeah, I don't know why the... I don't know why the audio is so jacked. I guess I haven't played the Dreamcast version in a proper emulator lately, so I don't know if that's if that's just kind of how it is. Did Dave Lang work on this? I don't believe so. You know, this would have been, I mean, largely the arcade team, and then I think this port probably got outsourced, Midway outsourced a fair amount of their... Oh, that's the wrong button.
I could feel that one up here.
Well, like, you know, the problem with the FIghtcade stuff is that it's kind of built for net play, and so, you know, you don't always have the... I mean, you have all the settings in here, but for net play, it's going to kind of want to do something that is synced up across both sides, right? So, but I wonder, I mean... Let's up the rendering. That's not going to affect audio frame sync frames with audio output, enable DSP. Yeah, I mean we can enable DSP because we have enough. We probably have enough juice on this PC to do that, but I don't think that's going to make an immediate difference either. That guy didn't move the way I thought he was gonna. Yeah, the audio is so fucking crazy. Oh my god. Brutal. I'm trying to get comfortable with these controls, but if anyone wants to play NFL Blitz 2000 on Dreamcast with me on FIghtcade, we could. Yeah, I mean, this is why I don't want to just like launch FIghtcade and just do it, right? Because then people are just like, fuck, I needed more time to prep for it. It's not something that people can just immediately always do, right? So, oh my god. Brutally rebuffed. Oh man, if I'd hit him a second earlier. Yeah, I don't know why the audio is so fucked, because I mean, I'm pretty sure this is, you know, the right... Yeah, I don't think it's like a file issue, like, oh, the ROMs are fucked, or, you know, anything like that, but, let me just, double check a couple of things here real quick. I want to make the window bigger for me. Should I just drag it? Yeah, I guess I can just drag it out, huh? Well, that looks way weirder on your end now, but maybe it'll look fine when the... Okay. That's better for me, so that I can see the thing. Let's try it. Virtual Balboa rejects the challenge. Brutal. I guess he just doesn't want this smoke. Well, I mean, there's always Fighting Masters for the Genesis. If anyone has that installed, we could see what Gold Rock is up to, and then if not, I'll just go. I'll play some other stuff. But if anyone wants, while I've got this open, if anyone wants to get some Fighting Masters in, this we may have to recapture this window differently because it's not going to be FIghtcade. It's going to be hang on, let me get this. There we go. Oh, you can't do fucking Gold Rock mirrors? This game sucks. We need to fucking hack it. Gold Rock! Oh, no. Wall bounce. Brutal. Ah! 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 That's, oh man, that's a fucking brutal one. The bell just keeps ringing. Okay, this has crashed. Oh no, okay. It was closing out. And saving the replay. I guess, is that because it's ranked that it only let us play once? Is that a... Let's try one more. Can you do online play on Mr.? No, you cannot. This is FIghtcade. So this is running Final Burn, a build of Final Burn Neo powers this stuff. Let's see. I only know Gold Rock, but I don't want to hog Gold Rock. Oh my god. The brutality. That's... Keep jumping in. That's give me any fighting game. I will find a way to jump in over and over again. Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting brutalized. Yep. Yep. Oh, the wall. Oh, the floor. Oh, I thought I would get in there in time to follow up. I did not. Oh, and then this is just... No, I gotta... Oh. I gotta do like a jumping up and attack as soon as I stun, because I can get in there and do some dirt. But I got done dirty that time. Max POW, 31 tons. Oh. Ah! Try that shit on the moon. That's what Morin says. Greatest player one. I don't know if a return match makes you play the same characters or not. So let's do one. Let's do one more though. There's no one else in here, right? No. Okay. Let's see if someone else was. Oh, see, that's what's causing the crash. Is when I tab over to look at the. I'll just move the window over there so I don't have to tab over to see it. But it has crashed again. I'd be down to do one more though. If this is done crashing. There we go. Mutant League Football, huh? Hmm. Oh, did I? Wait. Oh, never mind. Did not have the window highlighted. I don't know that I... Well... It's been so long since I played Mutant League Football. I bet I would be awful at it, but... Gold rock. Whoa. That arm got weird. Wall bounce. There we go. Gold rock. He's 55 feet tall. He's 9,990 pounds. Like, what, you know, what are you going to do to Gold Rock that Gold Rock ain't already done to himself? After years of self-loathing, Gold Rock fights without fear. Fuck. Ah! That's what I get. I gotta stop it. Yeah, that doesn't work. Gold Rock, no! We'll settle this on the moon. It's really amazing that we live in a future that, like, where one can play this game online with someone. This fucking random game that I bought from Klaus's Hobbies in Katati, not knowing what it was, and then playing it and going, this is terrible, but also, like, kind of playing a lot of it for how terrible it was because, well, I'd put the money in on it and needed to play it. And that now that's something that can be played competitively over the internet. I think there's a real magic to this. Ugh. And it plays deceptively well. I mean, I don't know. You know, I can only speak for the net code on my end, but this feels fucking great. That doesn't feel great. Nice. Good games. Good games. Gold Rock. Ask for him by name. Ask for Gold Rock by name wherever fine shit is sold. Fucking Fighting Masters. What a terrible. Yeah, so I got it was the Japanese version. And someone had cut the right side off the cartridge so that it would fit into an American system. And and I got it. I don't know what I traded other games for it or whatever it was, but I don't know if I still have that copy of the game. I might have gotten. I think I do, because who would want a copy of that game that has the right end of the cartridge cut off, right? It was hard to sell it to somebody else at that point. But yeah, man, it's just such a ridiculous. Like, it's not a good fighting game, but it's a great fighting game. If that makes any sense. Like, that's my favorite shit. I don't know. Like, obviously it's fun to watch people be really good at really balanced fighting games and all that shit. But I have so much more interest in, people in Jackie Chan in Fists of Fire, or like, I don't know, Fighting Masters, or like, it's like everyone's got their games. I'm sure some people, that's people, Sailor Moon for SNES, or Deadly Moves, or whatever. And then I think there are games that are good that are lesser known games, like the Oscar 120% series. Like, those are some of those games are amazing. A couple of those games are amazing. Three of them or so, I guess. And hopefully, if FIghtcade can get some PlayStation or some Saturn support or something like that in there, so we can play some Limit Over or something. Get PlayStation support in there so we can play some advanced VG. Really some Critical Blow. Some of the shit that matters. There was supposed to be there, and I remember there was a new Oscar game announced, and it kind of hasn't. It's kind of gone dormant. Yes, anime Uno with rollback. Yeah, we need Uno. We need PlayStation 1 Uno with rollback netcode to prevent people from fucking cheating with their cards. That's the dream. And then stream it so that everyone can see well, I guess it's a local single screen anyway, so a multiplayer, even locally, you'd be doing something weird, man. There's 660 people in the Third Strike channel right now on FIghtcade. I imagine most of them are not playing, right? They're probably just leaving the client open, but it's pretty awesome. It's still pretty awesome. I was gonna try. While we're talking Blitz here, I am curious. I'm gonna try running that game in a different emulator to see if the audio is jacked up there as well, because I think that is just something unique to the FIghtcade. To running it there. If I remember correctly, that this game does not have audio problems elsewhere, but let's find out. Oh, geez, why? Why are these what is going on here? Oh, there's a Rev 1, and then what is this other one? Okay, so this is the exact same CHD that is being loaded in FIghtcade. Well, let's try running it here. And see if the audio is fucked here as well. Oh. Yeah, right. Hotego is going to work on a CPS 3 core for the Mister, and so Street Fighter 3 will probably eventually be playable on a Mister, which I don't know that I care that much about personally. But that'll be awesome for people that want to run tournaments places. Like, the Mister is very small. You just plug you just hit your USB controller into it and, go through your button check or whatever, and you'd be good to go. That'd be pretty cool.
Today's contest, the Detroit Lions
turned on big head mode.
He's got room. He's got room.
Okay, well, there you go. The audio is fucked there, too. Okay, so...
Just destroys him.
First down.
I wonder if this is just
He is gone.
something weird with this... Okay, so I'm going to load the known clean, known good non-CHD. Oh, this is going to crash. Can't go from one game to the other. In RetroArch, it doesn't like it. It's like, oh, why would you want to play 2 games in one session? That's ridiculous. And you're like, yeah, I guess you're right, man. Okay, let's make sure we're running the right one here. That's a Q file, so that is the right one. Let's see if the audio is messed up here. I don't know where I ended up with that CHD. Anyway, I'm not a CHD kind of guy when it comes to some of these games here.
Midway presents NFL Blitz 2000. Today's contest, the Detroit Lions versus the Atlanta Falcons. This one is underway.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, let's play a little bit and see. But I suspect that CHD is what was fucking up the audio.
He fires, reels it in, obliterates
You're
him.
pathetic.
He fires, he is burning up the field. He goes. Oh, indeed.
Oh my god.
Horrible play. Fires down. What a horrible play.
What a horrible. Yes, you're a horrible play.
Lateral. He's got a man.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Away.
What a horrible play. What a horrible. What a brilliant play. What an amazing play. First down, all over again.
He fires. What a horrible play.
I don't know why that seems a little weird, honestly. Did he keep saying the same shit?
First and 30.
Incomplete. That was an illegal hit.
Third down.
Lets it go. Makes the
Oh.
catch. Spins. Getting the first down is absolutely necessary. They should have run the ball. Chandler decides to run. He could go.
Yeah, this audio seems better, so I wonder if it's just a factor of like the CH. I don't really care. I don't really like the CHD format. And maybe this CHD that I have is rotten too, because I don't think I made it myself. So it's always possible that it's not right.
Oh! Becomes one with the ball at the 45.
Yeah, I keep trying to do that, and the AI just ain't fucking having it. That's almost, yeah, I mean, this is all default settings, and I was gonna say for like first game of a season, first game of arcade mode, this is actually like they are playing a little more harshly than they would normally.
Pass protection. Fourth down.
End of first quarter.
The only place I use CHDs deliberately is on my Steam Deck, because that's a spot where storage space is a bit more of a concern.
Ball at midfield.
Third down.
Ugh.
First down.
Heads upfield. They're in the red zone.
Yeah, they're just marching down the field. It's kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. This is, I mean, I'm not in the best of practice when it comes to blitz, so there's that. But like this, yeah, I don't know. This Dreamcast version feels like slightly more difficult than the way the arcade version would be. Anyway, we discovered the thing that I wanted to know, which is that this actually seems to run much better than that other version of the game, and so maybe whatever version I ended up with in my FIghtcade folder is fucked up or something, but
First down.
Well, sort of. They are on fire. Ball at the 30. That was pathetic.
all right, down by 7, on fire. This seems like it should be doable.
Whips it. A bullet. Ooh, like a steamroller.
First down.
Dumps it.
Oops.
Incomplete pass. This is critical. It's up. Pulls it.
Ah, fucking jump. Why that jump? What do we want to do here? Let's do this. You CHD everything that can be CHD'd, got to save that space. I don't, hard drives are not, you know, I don't know. I take the approach of hard drives are cheap compared to how they used to be.
It's halftime.
I get why people, you know, trying to run a bunch of games on weird Android devices and Raspberry Pis and stuff would want to go that route, but
First and 30.
Takes off downfield. Mauls him.
Second down.
yeah, if the CHD process was like completely non-destructive and very easy to revert back to something that you could
Ball at midfield.
look at and say, yes, this is the known accurate version, and you know, if the DAT files were made to work with CHDs and all, you know, it'd be kind of a different story, but that's just an extra level of hassle that I'm not looking to do.
Pulls it in.
First down.
A bullet. Nice catch. Stiffy. It could be. It might be. Oh! Somebody call the meat wagon.
First down.
Helps with full sets. Took the PlayStation 1 set down to about 40%. Yeah, but like,
Jumps and fires.
also, they've probably added to the PlayStation 1 set since you did that. So now how do you verify that you have everything as they've corrected things and changed names and, you know.
Takes off. Nice catch. Gets the first down.
You know, or maybe you just don't want the Italian Rev 2 of fucking Lilo and Stitch, you know. I don't know how you sleep at night. without it, but you know, I keep trying to do the same play, and the CPU has let me know multiple times that it ain't fucking having it with the way I'm trying to run it. But this way,
First and goal.
no, that's not where I thought that was going, but that'll work.
You can put it on, pulls it in.
Brutality at the line there. Everybody got together and... Oops, I hit the wrong button.
A terrible pass. Ball at the 25.
Oh, you're actually punting. Okay, I thought, hey, fourth quarter, why punt? But
First and 30.
Fires it. What a horrible play.
you're a horrible play.
He fires. Love this game.
First and 30.
He loves it. Yes. Go. Get the first down. First and goal. Incomplete.
Messy.
They're in the red zone. Zips it. And he splits the upright.
Oops, I called the wrong play there. It's going to cost me. Oh, God.
First and goal. He's making a run for it. Second and goal. He'll be clicking his teeth up for a week. Down by. Zips it.
Oh, wrong way. I guessed wrong. Will they take the field goal? No, they probably won't.
His play call. He's running.
Fuck.
You can put it on the ball. Reels it in. Tattooed him. Time is winding down.
Plenty of time left. Oops. Fuck.
Eat the ball. Well, that can't taste very good. They're running out of time.
Third down.
Zips it. Oh, he just levels him.
Man, this could actually go bad if I don't fucking pull this off. I almost should punt, but like, what the fuck is that? No.
His play calling.
All right, let's not. Oh, they crossed me up. They fucked me over.
They're
That went bad for
running
me.
out of time. Lining up
You're gonna do this, huh? It's very easy to block field goals in the arcade version of Blitz 99,
Reels it in.
but they corrected that flaw in other versions of the game. So there you go.
Falcons win the game.
Anyway, yeah, I wonder, you know, if I took this file and made a CHD out of it, if that would be, well, we're not going to do that right now, but comparing the two files looks like one works well, one does not. So we're going to have to delete the bad one and get a different version in there for FIghtcade. Though, is that weird? You know, I guess it's probably the same game code, so it probably would still work as a online or whatever, right? It probably doesn't check some of the CHD to make sure you both have the exact same file. Seems like it should, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Yeah. Well, heck, everybody. I hope you had a pretty good Friday. You know, there's still a lot of Friday left here. I'm gonna head out here in a little bit. You know what? Let's you know, there's not a lot. I gotta go in a little bit here, but my in-laws are here, so I can't cannot dilly-dally for too long. I gotta go see what they're up to here in a little bit. But I wonder if there's if there's a lot to see here in Dead Cells. If we just took a look at that for 10 minutes or so. Because I want to just give this a brief look here. And then, you know, maybe we'll dig into it in a more real way. Play Dead Cells or play Dead Cells OpenGL? Let's just play Dead Cells. Okay. Castlevania's unforgettable characters in Gothic setting. Discover the hidden Richter mode. So, I guess the question here is this just all integrated into the main game? What am I? Oh, am I just like mid-run from some run 9,000 years ago? Like, what even is this? Oh, geez, this is not where we... This will go great. This will be fine. Haven't played the game in how many years? Oh, that went fine. Where the hell has Old Bones gone? Oh, purple tentacles here. Hyper light drifter? What are we even talking about? What is... It has been a long time since I've played Dead Cells, so I... What? Dive attacks and fall. Better dive kick. All right. Poison heals you. That's kind of neat. Oh, but if you have one, you can't unlock new boss cells. That's weird. Weird trade. What? Uh-huh. Hey, is there a, I mean, I'll investigate more here, but in the interest of time, where do I go to get to the Castlevania stuff? Is it here? It's an exit in the first area. Okay. A staircase down from the first area. All right, so I guess we'll just go in. Twin daggers. Dude, I totally forget how to even play this game. This is going to be an embarrassing situation. Okay, that's a good sign. Just go through the first area normally till I find Richter. Okay, well. I love to break stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's do, red. This friggin' guy. He's so much taller than I am. That's fucking, it's weird. He looks weird to me. Nah, I'm good. Yep, gotta protect your neck. Oh, fuck you guys. Hey. Okay. Well, I've got 4, so I... Ooh, a spare weapon. Unlocks a mirror near the scribe that may come in handy. That seems like it might be useful. I don't know. Lightning bolt. Let's put some cells into the hunter's mirror. Right. I mean, why not? Ah, 16% damage after killing. Melee kills reduce skill cooldowns. Melee attacks slow down enemies. That might be. Oh, after being... Yeah, yes, that seems like something that would be good for me to have. I guess I don't need a drink. All right. Let's get out here and see what this is all about. And then I got to get going pretty soon here. Nice. I feel like we've forgotten a key part of Castlevania here. I don't mean to be a dick about it, but this one? No, you even got it. You know, look. I don't look, man. I don't. This one? Hey, it's a fish guy. I think the fish guys are way easier in this game than they've ever been in an actual Castlevania game. Here's a bat. What? That's not good. Fuck you. Uh-oh. Yeah, gotta get in there. Oh, I got that. That hit hard, man. Oh, I guess now we actually get to go in the right way, huh? What's up? Ah, ha, ha. Gaffled him. I mean, I guess that means that they have successfully made me think about Castlevania in that I instinctually want to fucking whip these candles and torches and stuff, but, oh, yeah? Oh. Throw master. What other? Yeah, never mind. Oh, bones. More like blow master. Oh shit. All right. Oh, hang on. Prisoner's collar. Okay. Wait. No. We want Topaz amulet. Seemingly. Well, I don't really... I mean, you know, the more hit points, we'll go with that. Ah, fuck me. Dusted. All right, well. That's cool. Yeah, maybe we'll have to put some more time into this. I'll probably have to put some more time into Dead Cells before we even stream it or whatever, just because, you know, like I said, it's just been so long since I've played it. It's like, hard to, I just need to, like, it's been so long since I've played it that it's weird that the D-pad doesn't work. What is this? Oh. I like that that's 1 coin to look at, to use the thing. That's funny. I'm not ready to do that. Anyway, Dead Cells. You heard of it? It's a heck of a game. I forgot how good that game looked. That game looks so good. Like the animations on the main character as he's like shrugging and looking and stuff. Like, oh, man. Dead Cells is so good. Like, what an awesome fucking game that is. Jeez. Maybe I should just, yeah, maybe should I delete my save? Well, whatever. You know, it's, I don't need to re-unlock all the stuff I've unlocked. That would be silly. But, that game is fucking great. Easy to forget after all these years passed. What's it been? I mean, how many years has it been since? When did Dead Cells first come out? Because it was early. I mean, I know they did a bunch of updates and stuff, but when did it like come out? 2018, according to Steam. Gosh. And they put out a bunch of DLC that I just never played. You know, I've finished the game, which I know, you know, is kind of like not meant to be the end of the game, but between playing a ton of it through early access and then when it was like done and playing more of it, like I put quite a lot of time into Dead Cells before any DLC came out. So I think I was kind of done with it by the time that stuff was started hitting, and I just never really saw any of it. So the idea that there's like a lot more Dead Cells now is kind of enticing, but at the same time, there are a lot of other games coming out all the time too. But yeah, I probably will install that on my Steam Deck and just have that. I've been playing when I've got some time before bed, you know, lay in bed, but I've mostly been playing Mario No Super Picross, the Mario's Super Picross, whatever you want to call it if you translate it. The SNES Mario Picross game, because I've been getting them retro achievements, and so that's been my wind down game. But I'll probably install Dead Cells just to have it, just in case. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Have a good Friday. Have a good rest of your weekend and all that stuff. Be back Tuesday with the podcast. I meant to text someone to see if they wanted to be on the podcast on Tuesday, but I did not do that yet. And now it's Friday, and now it seems like it is way too short notice. But I'm gonna text that person and say, hey, what are you doing on Tuesday? And see if they're available. But I'm gonna guess probably not. But maybe we'll get them. Get some folks on the show here pretty soon. Have a good one, everybody. I'll take care of myself. You take care of yourself. And we'll meet in the middle somewhere. Oh, hey, wait, hang on. We've got some unfinished business here. With this, whatever this is. Raging Gummy Fish. G Fuel. It's pretty decent. There's a bit of energy chemical gunk on it, so I think that kind of a bit of a knock against it here, but I don't think it's as good as the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time Wumpa Fruit. It's I don't think it's quite as good as Miami Nights either. They last forever, those Miami Nights. Not as good as Mountain Dew Energy Pitch Black, even though it's going to have a lot more energy stuff in it than that Mountain Dew does. probably better than a Bang Swirly Pop. So that's, yeah, yes, better than a Bang Swirly Pop. Like, that's the catchphrase on the street, right? Like, you don't want any of this smoke. We're better than a Bang Swirly Pop. The fuck is the name of this? Ragin' Gummy Fish. And so there you have it. It's our new number 42. Congratulations to Ragin' Gummy Fish and to, I guess, this guy who was like fists balled up, ready to go. You don't want the smoke. All right, everybody. Have a Gold Rock weekend. We'll be back with podcast next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye.